you mentioned it, the category from the consumer mindset, a little intimidating at times. When customers in a store and they see all these normal grills that they're used to seeing, and then a product like yours and it looks different. What's something a retailer can do to kind of alleviate those fears?
The versatility about easy to clean, easy to control the temperature, easy to light, and then the warranty of the housing being lifetime, and then the convertibility over to gas gives them really something to talk about.
Welcome into the Independent Thinking Podcast. This is your host, Rob Stott. We're kicking off 2022 with a new slate of podcasts, working towards that next 100, I guess, if you will, before I get to take another break of doing interviews. But no, we're excited to get back to it here in 2022, and doing so, starting a new year with a new vendor. Talking today with Vision Grills, a new vendor here at Nationwide Marketing Group, who will be joining us in Phoenix for their first ever primetime event. And sitting down today with Scott Walters, the EVP of Sales and Marketing for Vision Grills, and a really interesting company. They operate in that ceramic, egg-style grill, and but they have some really unique and innovative technology baked into their product, patented technology baked into their product that really differentiates it from others in this space that you might come across. And we dive into it more deeply with Scott and kind of how they came up with it. But that technology is the ability to quickly change. It's called the quick change mechanism that they've got there, but quickly change from the charcoal cooking style to a gas insert that you can actually drop in and change this to a gas grill just like that. A little swapping out of a few mechanics, and you got yourself a ceramic gas grill, and all the benefits of cooking, with that style grill, but also while using gas. So really cool to learn about that, Scott's background in the barbecue space and sort of how he brought that knowledge to what's happening today with Vision Grills, and just a cool company all around to learn about, and obviously excited to see at Nationwide's primetime event here in February. So excited to get the chance to sit down with him ahead of that and learn a little bit more about the company. So let's just go ahead and dive into it. This is our first Independent Thinking podcast of the new year, and it is with, like we said, Vision Grills and Mr. Scott Walters. All right, we are back on the Independent Thinking Podcast, and real excited today to have, we're kicking off, you can't call it season 2 because we're not really splitting this into seasons. We're just rolling right along with our podcast, but the new year, the first podcast of 2022, and we've got a new vendor partner for Nationwide Marketing Group here sitting down today with Scott Walters, the EVP of Sales and Marketing for Vision Grills. Scott, we're sitting here recording in the end of December, but Happy New Year to you as we get this published, and hope what an exciting time to be talking on our first podcast here for the new year. So appreciate you joining us.
Yep, we're looking forward to it. And I kind of got goosebumps getting ready to roll into the new year to see what it's going to bring us all. So we've all been through some challenging times, obviously, and we're looking forward to getting those behind us and getting on to a new year with the world and also with Nationwide. Very excited about the opportunity.
Yeah. So let's start before we dive too deep into Vision Grills and kind of what you guys are bringing to the group. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your background and what brought you to Vision Grills.
Well, I've been in the category for multiple years. I was in the gas category for 40 years plus, and had a very good understanding of that category, and was, just looking around, that category became very aggressive with low price, low margins. Hardly anyone was making money at it. The category when I started in it was maybe you'd sell 500 a year nationwide. And at one point it got up to 12, 13 million gas grills. Then now it's struggling around 10 to 11 million. And, it's a difficult spot to make money in. So I looked at the category and I said, well, let's look over here at another piece of barbecue, which was ceramic, and looked at the way that particular company went to market. They manufactured in Mexico. Then they sell that product to Green Eggs, and the Green Egg sells it to the wholesaler. The wholesaler sells it to the dealer. Then it goes to the consumer. And there was just too many clicks on the ticket. You had, and that drove the price of it up into that, 12, 1500 plus range. And so we said, okay, how can we lower the cost of that product and make it have better features? So that was our design, was not to be a knockoff of that product. I respect it tremendously. They've done a marvelous job. We just wanted to do better. So we took the feature set that's on our grill now, and we talked to the consumer. If you can make changes on this, what do you like? What don't you like? And they are kind of intimidated by this product. And how do I use it? How do I light it? How do I monitor the temperature? How do I clean it out? If I want to cook on Wednesday, how can I do that? So our thought process was, okay, let's make it easier to light. So we put a lighting port in it. That's easier to control the temperature instead of a slide. We put dials on it that actually let air in, which controls the temperature. And then we made that whole component be an ash drawer, so that easy to clean. You just actually pull the ash drawer out, dump it, slide it back in. So, like on Wednesday night, if you want to cook and you're full of ash, you don't have to get in with the rake and try to rake all the ash out. You just pull the ash drawer out, throw the charcoal in, and you're ready to relight. So bottom line was price point and feature set was the beginning of how do we enter into the marketplace with a different product.
No, that makes perfect sense. And I mean, you mentioned it, the category from the consumer mindset, a little, intimidating at times, but how can a retailer kind of, you kind of do a nice job of explaining it there, but when customers in the store and they see all of these normal grills that they're used to seeing, and then a product like yours and it looks different, what's something a retailer can do to kind of alleviate those fears?
Well, most people are really at when you have a product that's setting outside, whether it's in South Dakota, whether it's in Miami, whether it's in California, wherever it's at, the weather is really a main piece of the environment of the longevity of it. So if you take a 304 stainless steel barbecue grill, you put it in Miami or you put it in LA or wherever you put it, it's going to discolor. It doesn't matter about what grade of stainless. Whereas on our product, and normally the stainless products that are in the market today, that price point from $4.99 to $15.99, most of them have a 5-year, maximum 10-year warranty. And on our ceramic shell, so what you see when you look at that product, it has a lifetime guarantee. So that's really a big deal. And I think that immediately differentiates us from any other product on their floor. Then you can kind of get in, start talking about flavorization. What's this all about? Why are you even barbecuing? It's about flavor. So how do you make it be really, really good? And you have to maintain moisture. You have to maintain temperature control. So those are just like automatics that the dealer can say, hey, take a look at this. It's really unique. It's really different. And let's talk about price point. Let's talk about features. Let's talk about warranty. And then also let's talk about the capability of converting it to gas, so that Monday through Friday, that you just push a button and the burner lights, and you cook chicken, you cook hamburgers, you cook hot dogs. And then on the weekend, you pull the burner out, put the ash drawer back in, load it with charcoal for low and slow cooks like pork loin, pork butt, ribs, brisket. So the versatility of what we spoke about earlier, about easy to clean, easy to control the temperature, easy to light, and then the warranty of the housing being lifetime, and then the convertibility over to gas, gives them really something to talk about. Because when you can look at a product and say virtually you can't destroy it unless you push it off the patio, it's just going to last. So there's something really pretty exciting to talk about.
Yeah, and I don't want to gloss over that convertibility either, because that's something you guys, I know it's a pretty big feature. Obviously patented as well. Patent pending. What's the
No,
status
it's
there?
patented.
Patented.
It's
So
patented.
the
Yeah,
quick change, the gas insert.
right.
Walk me through the development phase there. How does that idea even come to mind, and then what was it like to go about, I guess, inventing essentially a new system for these grills, and how these work.
Well, it actually came from my gas history. When the gas grill business began, it was nothing more than a piece of black iron pipe tube, if you will. So, like you'd have to be in the basement. Uh, so you drilled holes in it, and that became a burner. That was like
Yep.
the first burners that came along. Then it became more advanced, and it moved towards stainless. And actually, it was in the beginning. It moved from a piece of pipe over to cast iron. Then it moved to stainless and stainless steel too. So we knew a lot about the gas category, and then we just thought, it wouldn't really be neat if you could, first of all, take the ash drawer and pull it out, and then put a burner into that spot. And so I think the evolution of it came from my gas grill history over to saying converting this thing to gas. And people really don't have time to really, if you look at charcoal sales versus gas grill sales, charcoal sales are greater only because there's a lot of, $14.99 charcoal grills purchased. But if you look at the main part of the business, let's say the gas category is $3.99 to $6.99. So, and then you put, if you buy our Komodo, the Vision, you have the capabilities of converting it to gas later. You don't have to do it immediately. So when the salesman was talking to the consumer, said, okay, well, look, if this grill is X, if it's $9.99 or $14.99, the second adder to it would be able to convert it to gas. So we just thought that you just don't have time to cook on it. So if you're buying this product that costs X, $1,000, and it's a round number, how can I cook on it every day if I want to? How can I go out and push the button and light it? So we wanted to give it versatility, and we also wanted to give it functionality. So our burner is designed to, if it's operational, for whatever reason, it blows out, it automatically shuts down. So the word is called CSA approved. So functionally, we're very, really, really good functionality. And we only operate on around 25,000 BTUs. And if you look at most gas grills, they're operating on 60 to 70,000 BTUs, which is, you could heat a small house with 60 to 70,000 BTUs. So functionality down in that 25,000 BTU range is because the grill is so well insulated. So it's like virtually heating it with a candle rather than a blowtorch.
Well, that too. This is coming from someone obviously not as well versed in the outdoor cooking space as someone like you, but the fact that you think of what a traditional gas grill, the construction of it is, those the stainless tops or metal tops as opposed to the ceramic. Does that do anything to the cooking process?
Oh yeah, no doubt. What happens in the other style cookers, metal top, stained black, doesn't really matter. You're not holding the heat in. If you have 4, 5, 6 burners, you have to have a certain amount of air to come in for combustion, and that combustion air actually wants to dry the meat out. It doesn't really help enhance the flavor of it all. It dries it out. Yeah, Rob, if you look at your gas grill, if you have one, the whole back end of it is wide open so that the air can get out because it's full of carbon monoxide.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas on our grill, the only way the air can get out is out through the top vent. And that top vent is very small because it doesn't have to be large because we're only operating on 25,000, and that's wide open. So you have 25,000, you have 15, you have 10, and you have 2,000. So you have high, medium, and low. So you can virtually cook low and slow on this. If you want to do something, and if you go to our website and you do look at the quick change conversion, we're using a large ceramic, a large lava stone. It's not ceramic, it's lava. We mine it out of the earth, 13 inches in diameter, a half-inch thick, and it sits over the top of the burner. So above it would be the meat. So the meat is dripping, the drippings are dripping onto the stone, and you're getting 100% vaporization rather than it going down to a flame tamer and a gas grill and then onto the ash or then onto the grease pan. So there's so much of a story to tell here. So, you've got a great feature set, you've got a great price point, you've got a lifetime housing, you can convert it to gas, and the kind of the cream of the crop is that you do have color selection. You have white, you have metallic, you have black, so the color selection, you want to be able to touch the palette of whatever color patio furniture you have in the backyard. So this new model we have that's metallic gunmetal gray, which is rolling out at Nationwide, but we'll show it in Arizona. We've actually applied for a trade dress patent registration on it because it's so stunning that we really don't want anybody copying it. Okay.
Oh, that's awesome. That's really cool. Exciting to see. And that's a great, chance to transition too, in asking you guys obviously mentioned you'll be at Primetime. What excites you about, being with us there in Phoenix, first show for you guys as a vendor partner, but also, about working with this crop of nationwide dealers and our members?
Well, being in the category for quite some time, I think it's all about knowledge and sellability. I think I've described to you a product that has the feature set, has the reason to buy, and I think Nationwide has the capability of proper advertising, getting the consumer into the store. The person on the floor will have knowledge and knows how to sell, and I think that's really the key, is being able to give them the knowledge to say, okay, what makes a Vision Kamado different than a Kamado Joe, or different than a Big Green Egg, or different than any gas grill I have on the floor? So if we were just the same as I mentioned earlier, a Me Too, I don't think we would do well or do that well at Nationwide. But Nationwide is hungry for products that have feature set and price points. So I think it's a great marriage where we can, where we can give them something they need and they're giving us something we need. We need distribution. We need to get in front of consumers. And I think that if we get the dealer excited and he puts, 2 to 3 to 5 on the floor, that shows he's really in the business, and that he can have a gas unit sitting there with a conversion in it, and he can have the metallic gunmetal gray, and then maybe he can have a unit in red. So, versatility, price point, and feature set.
No, that's awesome. And you kind of mentioned it too, about how to display these in a store for a retailer that ends up, having Vision grills in their store. Have you seen it? Are there any examples that you could think of, a retailer that's done well? You don't have to call them out by name necessarily, but, that has done well with how they, position you guys or position this category of grill in a way that's, more successful than, others that you've seen?
Two things I think that really make it successful is, and I really truly did mention one. If you put 2 to 3 models on the floor, be able to show some differentiation in it, where the consumer, and it's a product that the consumer wants to touch. And one of our disadvantages actually is our lower price points, thinking, well, this product must not be as good as the competitor, if you will. And the 800-pound gorilla is the Big Green Egg, okay? And if I'm able to out feature him with ash drawer, with temperature control, with lighting port, with everything all in one box. So this is really, and we haven't touched on that, Rob, but everything we're talking about on our product, whether it's $1,000 or whether it's $14.99, it's one SKU. So that means the grill, the cart, the cover, the cast iron cooking grates, everything is all in one box. So this makes it easy, or easier, for the dealer to manage it, knowing, hey, if I've got that one box back there, I don't have to worry about, do I have the cart? Do I have the cover? Do I have the side shelf? And that's the way our competitor is sold, is you buy the grill, then you have to buy the cart, then you have to buy the side shelves, then you have to buy the cover, then you have to buy the second tier. Oh, and it cannot be converted to gas. And oh, by the way, it only comes in one color. It's green. And it doesn't necessarily blend with what the consumer wants on their patio. So that's where I was saying early on, you know, if you're going to spend that kind of money on a barbecue grill, A, how long is it going to last? B, can I use it easily Monday through Friday? And C, will it blend with the patio furniture that my wife or mate likes? So we've really tried to solve and take away all the negatives that, you know, keeps the consumer away from that price point. You have to have features, you know, and you have to have colorization, and you have to have convertibility and usability and cookability. So I mean, that's why I'm saying that there's so many pieces that the salesperson can hit on, whether the person's interested in the visual, and the other person's interested in, you know, I want to cook low and slow for 12 hours on Saturday. It's there, and the other usability is Monday through Friday. I just push a button and I'm using the same product, same grill. I don't need 2-3 grills on my deck, one to smoke in, one to grill in, and one that's got the right color. So we hit all the sweet spots. We spent a lot of time on this project. I mean, it's been well thought out. It's not 2 men in a phone booth just doing this. We have a 500,000 square foot facility that in the beginning of time, we were contract manufacturing, and the quality was not up to par. So we ended up investing in building our own facility. So it has a lot of thought behind it, and I think it's going to be exciting to the member to see, and then what else that Nationwide will be bringing to us. Hopefully, some format on how we can get all of this great information to the members on a, you know, either through the website, but it's all about knowledge. It's all about knowledge, and that's what I think we will be able to bring to the table is the feature set, and knowledge, and price point that will give the dealer something to sell. Remember,
it'll be exciting to see for sure in Phoenix there with us, and I know a lot to look forward to. I gotta ask before we wrap up here. Business, obviously the last 18 months, almost 2 years now that we're thinking about it. Obviously it's been a little different, but how has business been for you guys, you know, during this time? I know outdoor early on certainly got a lot of attention, and you know, there was an influx of people that were looking to, you know, get outside but still stay close to home. So the outdoor category had its own bit of influx. But what's it been like for you guys, and you know, how are you adjusting?
Well, you know, like all of us, we ran out of inventory, you know, in the very beginning. You know, you look at the last 5, 7, 8 years of track history, and that's what you have in your building. You know, you don't know that this is going to happen, and then your factories shut down about 80%. So inventory went low. Factory manufacturing was soft. So you know, it was like, oh my God, I can't believe we got all this business, and oh my God, we have no inventory. To finally getting the factory back up and running, and then obviously we ran into the port problem where, you know, we'd have inventory moving and would literally sit at port for 6 weeks.
Wow.
And that's still an existing issue. It's better, but it's not gone away. And then the freight, I don't know if people have spoken with you about freight at all, but
yeah,
you know, freight containers went from 40-foot high cubes went from $3,500 to $20,000, and that hasn't changed very much. That's pretty much still the norm. You know, my problem is I can only get 135 barbecues on one container. So, you know, if you take that number from 3,500 to 20,000, you know, the cost went up by $150 to $175 a grill. So all that being said, I don't know. I've been through, you know, like 21% prime back in the day. And so I'll have to say this was a very eventful and very related to that kind of business struggle. But we've been through difficult times before. We are rough and ready. We try to maintain our employees, and we did, and we will make it through it. And we're kind of looking forward to a breath of fresh air, and kind of approaching the new member nationwide with a very optimistic attitude about it's going to be successful. So business is okay. We're managing and we're doing fine. If we could get more inventory faster at lower freight costs, it would be better for all of us. But I think it's hard to say exactly what's going to take place with, we're all facing inflation, all facing high gas prices, facing a lot of stuff, and we don't know exactly what's going to happen. But I think it's consumer staying home. He's not out running around. Is going to help our business. So I think that Nationwide will do well with our product. We will be. It looks as if we will be cooking outside there also.
Yeah.
So
we're looking this winter show. We always tend to have it in a warm area so that we can get those that outdoor experience with the barbecues and some outdoor cooking going on. So I will be certain to make a stop by the Vision Grills area, see what you guys are cooking up.
Yeah, and it's going to be neat. We're going to have a couple of pit masters there. Crowley Valley Foods, which is going to be a new member that we've partnered up many times together. They're both pit masters, Lou and Damon, and they'll be selling and pitching our product and cooking on it outside as well. So and it's going to be a lot of fun, and I think we can get the dealer excited. I think it's a category that's kind of sleepy. And I think, again, a lot of it's that they really don't know how to sell it. So that'll be our goal, is to try to teach them and inform them, and have them have an understanding of everything we've talked about. Plus a good margin for them as well.
Yeah, and it goes to the value of being there together in Phoenix and just face to face, the ability for our dealers to hear how you're selling the product and positioning it to them and educating them. They can turn right around and do the same to their consumers as they come through the door. So it's always a great opportunity, and one I know we're looking forward to, and I'm sure our members will be able to take a lot out of. So I very much look forward to it, Scott. And this was awesome. It's great to get to know you. Great to get to know Vision Grills and kind of what you guys are and what you're bringing to the table. And luckily I don't know, luckily or scarily, the wife's staying at home. So if I come home with a Vision Grill, I don't know if she'll be happy or not, but we'll have to see what happens. I'm excited. Yeah. I'm ready to meet you guys and see what's up. So
yeah, that's exciting. Where do you base out of, Rob?
I am in Philadelphia. So outdoor cooking. We get the Four Seasons, but it's not anything super bad up here. So we do plenty of outdoor cooking year round around here. So
yeah, I used to spend a lot of time in Philadelphia. I used to call on the gas company there, United Fuel.
Yep.
And used to stay at the hotel downtown there, the Sheraton. I don't know if it's still there or not.
Yep.
But used to stay in, and that's this is embarrassing, but that's when it was $15 a night.
Might be a little more than that now. I haven't stayed downtown in a while.
Really,
but
I know, but it's kind of funny. I pulled out some expense. I was looking for something else, and I pulled out some expense reports from the past. I'm talking 40 years ago, and for a week, it'd be like $60.
Wow. That's awesome.
Scary.
Those were the days, huh?
But no. Those were the good old days. But I spent a lot of time in Philadelphia, and it's a great city, and all that whole area. I liked it a lot. So glad to know where you're at. That's great.
Yeah, absolutely. So we look forward to connecting in Phoenix, and it'll certainly be a good time down there. So we appreciate it. And
do I have one other question? One other question is probably maybe on the record or off, but is the place Bookbinder still there, or is it gone, or has it been gone many years?
Doesn't sound familiar. I can look it up though.
It would have been a restaurant downtown, and I'm sure it's very possibly gone, but it was just kind of an old staple that it was within walking distance of the hotel. So anyway, I'm looking forward to it. I think we have everything that the dealer might want in this product and in this category. And I think we can grow the business together, and we look forward to your help, Rob.
Yeah, we'll do what we can and certainly pump that message, because it sounds like an awesome product and one that I could get behind. So I'm certain a dealer that is selling in this space and has the passion that we've been accustomed to seeing amongst our dealers will be certain to do the same as well. So we look forward to it. See you in Phoenix.
Yep. Okay, looking forward to seeing you there. Thank you for your time as well.
Hi. Awesome. And thanks again to Scott for taking the time out of his day and chatting with us and sharing more about the company and, what excites him about working with Nationwide dealers and, Nationwide Marketing Group in general here as we dive into 2022 and beyond. So I'm excited to, like I said, see them and maybe, don't let the wife listen to this podcast, but maybe leave Primetime, leave Phoenix with a Vision Grill. So no, excited to get the test them out while we're there and see what that cooking style is like and meet Scott and his team, of course. So, but for now, appreciate you listening to the Independent Thinking Podcast, and we will catch you next time.